Roman Catholics converged at the Minor Basilica of the Immaculate Conception in Castries for the climactic celebration of the Jubilee of the Faithful 2025 on the solemnity of Christ the King.
We are Christ's body. That is who we are. You are a living stone in this body of Christ. That is who you are. To rebuild the church, every living stone needs to move towards their desire for God. Every living stone needs to move towards their reliance upon God. Every living stone needs to come to a reset where God is God and is God alone. We have put other things in the place where God alone should be. We have put other things in the place where God alone.
A vibrant procession through the streets featured hymns and prayers.
We just want to acknowledge protocol already established, but to recognize the Prime Minister who has just joined us.
And dignitaries like the Governor General and Prime Minister and later the opposition leader were in the pews setting a tone of renewal and hope. Inside, bidding prayers sought blessings for the Pope, the nation, families and vocations, amid calls for peace and justice ahead of the elections.
We gather to bring to prayerful climax our Jubilee of the Faithful 2025. Today is a day of thanksgiving, a day to renew our commitment to Christ, who reigns not through earthly force, but through the conquering power of love, mercy, and truth. As we celebrate Christ's kingdom or kingship, we recognize once again that the time of the rule of God is within, not on a scroll of earthly kingdoms, but on the human heart that says yes to the grace of life. This Jubilee year has been for our Archdiocese and for each of us individually a providential call to renewal. The Universal Church, under the guidance of the Holy Father, Francis, proclaimed 2025 as a Jubilee year under the theme, Pilgrims of Hope. A Jubilee is always a sacred pause, an interruption in ordinary time, so that God Himself may speak into our history. It is an invitation to return, to reset, to reclaim our relationships, and to sustain life.
The Holy Mass included readings proclaiming Christ as King, followed by Archbishop Gabriel Miles's homily on mercy and spiritual liberation. Archbishop Miles announced a parish debt relief initiative and honored local martyrs and the Benedictine monastery, urging youth to embrace their faith.
This initiative challenges us as church to accompany our brothers and sisters spiritually, socially, and pastorally, helping families rebuild, offering guidance, and advocating for structures that promote long-term human flourishing. In the Bible Jubilee, debts were forgiven, not simply for financial reasons, but to ensure that no one was crushed by despair.
Vicar General for the Archdiocese of Castries, Father Michel Francis, provided historical context on the sidelines of the celebrations.
The Jubilee year is supposed to be every 50 years. So 7 by 7 years. Every 7th year, there's supposed to be a type of a sabbatical year. Sabbath, 7 years. And the land is supposed to lie fallow. No cultivating, just reap from what the land is producing, so that the land can rejuvenate itself. And then 7 by 7 years is 49. So the 50th year is a Jubilee. And that is when debts are supposed to be cancelled. And people who had lost their land through indebtedness, that is supposed to return to them. In other words, a new start. Slaves were supposed to be set free. Now the Jubilee used to be every 100 years, but they brought it down to 50, and now it's every 25 years.
As the year ends, the Church looks forward to 2026 as the year of men, carrying the Jubilee's spirit of unity into the future. Gina Filippi, HTS News Force.
Jesus.